A ver, volvimos. ¿Ustedes pueden creer cuánto duró? 9 horas de duración de stream y me lo vienen a bloquear por un gag reel de Legends of Tomorrow. Esto es increíble. Ay, Dios, ¿cómo les va? ¿Todo bien? Hola a todos de vuelta. Ahora ponemos play. Aguantá. Pará, que le copio un par de las cosillas que ya estaban. Esto es un chiste. Esto es literalmente un chiste. Bueno, para los que estén llegando y estén agarrando este video de la nada, ¿por qué se parece al anterior? Bueno, sencillo, porque acabo de streamear 9 horas seguidas y me acaban de bloquear el video por copyright. Después de 9 horas. Pero no importa. Porque ahora vamos a seguir mirando. Solamente que estoy metiendo un par de cosillas que hay que hacer justamente para que se sigan viendo las etiquetas y demás, ¿sí? ¿Qué lo parió? Lo peor es que con este terminábamos. ¡Dios! Pelearlo a muerte, me dice Hernán. ¿Sabés que sí? ¿Sabés que lo voy a recontra pelear, no? Y si yo necesito agarrar y cortar algunas partes del video, que se corten, me importa un cazo. Se puede impugnar, yo ahora después lo voy a impugnar. Pero bien, ahora voy a volver a esto. Listo, ahora ya tengo acá de vuelta la sala de control. Y vamos a seguir mirándolo. ¡Manden like! Arriba los likes. ¡Suscríbanse! ¡Dios! Bueno, vamos a seguir mirando.
Number one League of Legends player in the world.
Voy a volver un par de minutos atrás. Ahí está. Acá este es el comienzo del panel. Nico sí se puede monetizar, Pero hay que cumplir con determinadas
I think John will be doing what
pautas.
he's always doing, which is having a whiskey and trying not to have a cigarette because he's kind of kicked that habit. So he'd probably just be having a whiskey saying, "Hey, let the world go by."
I would imagine Nate falling in love with somebody else and then
Well, then break the heart.
Virtual romance.
I think Zari's probably like conquered TikTok. TikTok.
Berhad probably would have been the number one League of Legends player in the world.
Sí, bueno, pero es que no me figura como bloqueado, ¿eh?
I reckon Astra's just lounging around on a fur rug somewhere. Just rolling in money. But she managed to. Some unwilling soul.
I think you'd be getting everyone to do like a Trivial Pursuit, but no one's interested. She's like,
Amo la voz
question
de
A.
Gideon.
Guys, like, no one cares.
Before talking about season 6, I do want to talk a bit about season 5, which was a major season for the show in many ways. I want to start with Katie. You made your directorial debut this season. What was that experience like for you? What was it like directing your castmates?
They were awesome. It was so much fun. I mean, on so many levels, I learned so much, and it was such a good experience to be able to kind of bond with the crew on that side and get a look under the covers. And the cast was amazing. We had so much fun. I think, after so many years of building rapport with each other, that it made it easier, of course, to kind of, and hopefully, I mean, everybody was really nice. Nobody was a jerk or anything. Except for maybe Matt. Just kidding.
Yeah, Matt.
And with that, I mean, also, I feel like this season 5 for Sarah and Ava was really about them sort of learning how to co-captain the Wave Rider. I'm curious though, if this were any other show, if they were constantly sort of fighting monsters or aberrations, what do you think? Like, what is sort of Sarah and Ava's like 5-year plan? Like, where do you see them heading towards?
Ava's probably got a very specific 5-year plan. I'm not sure about Sarah. She's kind of just, trying to domesticate her.
Yeah, Sarah takes a day at a time. I think she's never been one to have the luxury of planning too far into the future. So I think, you know, for her, it's like she's in the moment always.
In season 5, we had 2 newcomers, Cheyenne and Olivia. What was it like for you guys to sort of step onto a show that's 5 seasons in? What surprised you the most about being on Legends in your first year?
How much fun everyone was having. I kind of walked on and I was like, right, I have to be so like on it and I have to know everything, and everyone's going to be, obviously everyone's professional. This isn't me saying that no one is, but it's just like, it was so easygoing. And I think I expected to be like proper like military, and I got very stressed about that, but it was the opposite. Everyone was so chilled and so welcoming and so lovely.
I was definitely nervous going into it, but you know, pretty quickly I was like, oh, okay, this is, you know, it's pretty relaxed and everyone's super chill. So
I mean, Sean, you had
el loco pensó que entraba a laburar en un espacio recontra super, o sea, es profesional, ¿no? Pero recontra serio, onda, esto es una comedia, pero detrás la pasas mejor atrás de la cámara que delante, y delante de la cámara se cagan de risa.
I tried to chat as much as I could with everyone while, you know, there's a lot of downtime on set, and just like get to know everybody here and there, and then, you know, bring in what you can when we're doing this scene, and just keeping it relaxed.
Well, Nick, actually, I wasn't asking you, for you and Cheyenne, I mean, did you guys, because like Nate and Barada are supposed to be best buds in this season, I mean, did you guys do anything to like build that relationship? Like, you guys talk, like, I guess, what do you guys sort of talk about their friendship?
Shy and I got on quick, and like I knew what he was coming into the same way I knew Maddie and Olivia what they were coming into, and that's just something that's pre-established, and that's intimidating because I was a new guy on a lot of shows, so I know what it's like to walk in to not knowing everybody. Get out of your head and just be here with us. Like, I know you're nervous because there's like 7 people in the room. Like, even when Maddie did his first scene with us, like he had to walk in and talk to 8 of us, talk at 8 of us, and then like hit on Wentworth on his way out. So it was like a really big, rough piece, and I feel that, and I wanted Shy not to have that, and let him know as soon as possible that like, hey man, just be here with us because we're all here with each other, and that's just kind of the way our magic works on the floor.
He did great at that. It was exactly, I remember we had a conversation day 1, and he was like, by day 4 you'll be feeling good, and he was exactly right. Day 4 I was like, I feel like I've been here the whole time, like this is great. So he nailed it.
Amy, you're in a unique position where Gideon, you're voicing Gideon, and I think you appear about once a season physically on screen. I mean, what's that experience like for you, sort of doing a lot of your work in a sound booth as opposed to being on the set with the cast that much?
It is always really interesting to like come into it from the other side, but I feel like I see you all the time anyway when I'm dropping the voice in, and you know, I've known Matt from before this, so it, you know, everyone's always super welcoming, and from my little booth in LA.
I'm curious, when you appear on screen as Gideon, I think because often it's usually like inside someone's mind or they're hallucinating.
Es un chiste. Hiciste el mismo comentario antes.
But I'm curious, when you play that, do you play it as how you envision Gideon yourself, or how you think the character you're playing opposite with envisions?
Copiaste y pegaste, ¿qué onda?
Well, I mean, especially with the last one with Gary, we played that a lot because I think he sees her quite Mary Poppins-esque, hence do and everything was a bit, oh no. Should have just done the whole thing, but yeah, so there's definitely an element to that, and I love everything that's always written. You know, always love what you guys write. It's amazing. So mostly it's been that, yeah.
I mean, this season you introduced a new version of Zari 2.0, and now at the end of the season you're continuing on as 2.0.
Yo a Verad al principio no me lo banqué, pero es por una cuestión mía de adaptación. Pero es un buen personaje, Verad. De hecho, sufrí mucho la muerte.
I honestly, I do have mixed feelings about it because I really do love both Zari 1.0 and 2.0. So yeah, I was surprised how sort of genuinely sad I was shooting that last episode, and I had these like very split personality moments where I would be like mad at my other self shooting scenes. I would like just be like really angry at 2.0 or vice versa. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of a mixed bag. I'm excited about developing 2.0 further. But yeah, it was sad. It was sad to say goodbye to 1.0.
You're on the Wave Rider with Berai. I mean, what are, I guess for both you and Shai, I mean, what are you most looking forward to sort of exploring about their sibling dynamic that you didn't get a chance to do in season 5?
Yeah, I mean, even though like, you know, we established this brother-sister relationship, we didn't actually get so much time to get in there before he died and came back to life. So yeah, I mean, I'm sort of interested in now that like the walls are a little bit down between the two of them, what that, I still think, I mean, I sort of hope it's going to be still a little bit antagonistic brother sistery, and I imagine the writers are going in that direction.
Yeah, like some childhood stuff I think would be really interesting, like exploring like what it was like growing up together, you know, Behrad constantly being in the shadow of his older sister, who just was amazing at everything. And you know,
even though mom and dad like
yeah.
I just know I can feel it.
Yeah. There was a little sister, because we had Laurel on early on in the season. Yeah. So there's a little bit, but not nearly as in depth as we get to.
Just as well, like last season, when in lots of the episodes when Tala was playing 1.0 and 2.0, literally it'd be like, okay, everybody, you know, you can take a little break now, you know, take 5. And she'd be like going to the thing, changing into the other one, coming back, and like literally like driving the whole day.
There's a moment in the room where we were discussing, like, should we just keep them both forever? Do you remember? And then we were really having these discussions, and we're like, we're going to kill the crew. We're going to kill Tala. And there was a moment where like,
love it though, guys. I do love it.
I know. I know.
I'm ready, but yes, I don't want.
¿Ustedes se imaginan lo que debe ser en la oficina de guionistas de Legends of Tomorrow? La clase de preguntas que se tienen que hacer al momento de escribir guiones. Es una genialidad estar ahí.
We have a great episode, I think it's number 2 actually, where we really get into exactly that, exactly what it was like for you, Behrad, to grow up in the shadow of your sister, and you know, having to establish sort of your own thing, and then you know, you're put into a time period.
Aparte, lo bien que se aprovecharon de Crisis para esta temporada. Creo que no hubo serie de la Roverso que haya aprovechado la Crisis como Legends.
It's a really fun, you know, opportunity for us to tell a story that is just about the sibling dynamic without the, you know, the fraughtness of, you know, life or death, or, you know, which one are you, or, you know, trying to bring someone back to life. So this is a season where we're incredibly excited about diving more into the sibling dynamic.
Before we go into season 6, I have a few more questions. I mean, Matt, the season ended with Constantine getting his soul back. Good for you. How are you sort of feeling about?
Great, man. I've lockdown has been the biggest blessing in. I've come home. I've gathered my soul as Constantine. He's happy. I'm happy. That's it. Going on that journey with the astrologue story is such a huge part of the whole Constantine canon in the comic books and in the original show, and then you know what we've done with it on Legends and what the guys have written, and to kind of get to a place where that is wrapped up is really, really satisfying, you know, and John is kind of gives me fear. A quicking fear in my boots, because you know, how long does
Vamos a
John
ponerlo del
stay
birrapón porque
I mean,
corresponde.
another thing too is like Olivia. I mean, Astra will be living with Constantine in his mansion. I mean, I guess for both Olivia and Matt, what are you both sort of looking forward to exploring about their dynamic?
Ahora que voy a poner el gif del birrapón porque corresponde
Astra and
para la
John
ocasión.
living together peacefully, I feel like maybe isn't gonna happen. So I think that it would be really fun to see them trying to cohabitate day in, day out, which is something that is it going to be possible? I don't know.
I love the idea of John being unhappy about him being happy.
Season 5 featured, just off the top of my head, so many really fun and interesting episodes. Mortal Kombat, the one where we're trapped on TV, Mr. Parker's cul-de-sac. For all of you, what were some of your favorite moments from this past season?
Yeah, the episode where we're trapped on TV is my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's mine as well.
Yeah. It's an amazing episode, yeah.
We all attacked that with a very happy heart,
excelente.
And we all like saw what it was going to look like while working to make it, and that kind of drove us through like the hard part of making that episode.
It was really cool to become different characters, different universe. Like it's like for doing Star Trek, our old version of Star Trek. We had so much fun doing that.
And seeing Jess, you know,
Es que Nico,
with the
Legends es una
Katie
fiesta.
doing, you know, William Shatner. I mean, I think like there were moments, weren't there, Nick, when we were sitting in the trailer and we were like, this is the most bonkers, ambitious episode that has ever been done on the show. It was great to kind of to pull it off and really good fun.
It should be noted William Shatner tweeted Katie after that episode aired.
Really? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
No way.
Get some harsh
Yeah, it was
criticism of my impersonation.
Guggenheim directed that episode, and I remember on the day being like, okay, we're doing a little Spock Shatner throwback fun. Okay, we'll do like a little Sarah and, you know, Ava as Spock and Shatner. And Mark kept pushing us to do in rehearsal, like more. I want more. I want the cadence more. And Katie and I were like ran before the take and just started YouTube deep character study, like YouTube Googling how William Shatner talks and like how to do the cadence and how to do more. Like I lowered my register and my voice. I mean, it was insane. It was ridiculous.
Season 5 ended with Sarah being getting abducted by aliens. The writers, what's in store for Sarah in season 6?
Ooh, well, I don't know if we want to spoil too much, but I'll say with Sarah away, it's like the kids kind of go crazy. I feel like Sarah's kind of one of the grounding influences on the show. The other might be Dari 1.0.
Ya, de hecho, esta temporada vimos lo que es lo de la web rider sin Sara, porque Sara se había ido para algún lado, y sobre todo con el funeral de Oliver.
I think, you know, Ava obviously would be a worthy replacement, but she obviously takes Sarah's absence the hardest, and she starts to, you know, get a little bit frayed around the edges as well. So it leaves a bit of a power vacuum, which, you know.
Es que en realidad no dijo nada, Donald.
People have to step up to fill.
Don't worry, we're not losing Sarah from this story. We will be tracking her adventure, even as she is separated from the team.
This show is such an ensemble show. I mean, what has it been like for you guys to sort of write these episodes when you have one of the lead characters completely separate from the rest of the cast? How's it been like writing those stories and breaking those stories and finding that balance?
I mean, it's useful when we can just focus on a single character or a pair of characters. I mean, the trouble we get into is when we want to try to tell too many stories at once. And so like every season we kind of resolve to like pare it down and to try to simplify things. Believe it or not, like simplicity is really kind of like a luxury on a show like ours that is so crazy and complicated. It's nice to slow down once in a while. And to, you know, to realize like, okay, yes, we'll get to that story eventually, but like right now, let's just try to focus on something that's, you know, a little more manageable in scale.
I think we're also, as a room, really proud of how much joy this show can bring. And especially right now, it feels like everyone needs to see this show. So it's fun to feel like we have a real purpose right now.
I feel like the writers on this show are very close. What has it been like having to break a season via Zoom and not being in the physical room together?
We all really miss each other, but especially in the early months of the pandemic when there was so much uncertainty and so many questions, it actually was a really great sort of grounding daily activity to have to check in with each other and to see each other's faces. This is going to be a season that will hopefully bring a lot of joy and hope to the, you know, people who watch it.
Mm-hmm. And the season, I know we're also getting a new legend this season. What can you guys tease about this new character that's coming on the Wave Rider?
She is a young Latinx woman from Texas who was kidnapped by aliens and is kind of got a thirst for vengeance. And so she's going to come up the ship, and you know, she's not going to be the lovable losers that we normally have. She's going to be someone who is pretty tough and gives it to the other legends, and they're going to all have to react to her. And I think it's going to throw them off their feet a little bit.
If everyone joins the ship and is our best friends immediately, I mean, where's the story there? Like, you gotta earn that. You gotta earn your spot in the family, you know?
There's a reason.
¿Tendrá algo que ver con Jonah Hex, el nuevo personaje que entre?
Drastic turns, you know. I mean, Jess came in as the straight woman at the Time Bureau, and you know, then we realized like, oh my God, we've got like Lucille Ball, like she could do comedy. So like, why are we making her do the serious stuff?
And this season's about aliens, and aliens are well-tried territory, both in the Arrowverse, also on TV. I mean, how are you guys trying to put your own spin on that? What does this season look like? I guess how do aliens sort of change the game for the show? I guess and challenge the theme in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, every season we try to go bigger and zanier, which is also interesting this season with you know, trying to be safe and film during possible quarantines. But I feel like if any show can do it, the Legends can do it.
Yeah, we're trying to really lean into some genres, like alien genres, which is, you know, that's not, Supergirl does their own version of aliens, and we're really trying to make it feel and look different. We're really, you know, putting our own stamp on it.
Nate has endured just tons of loss over his few scenes on the show. His great-grandfather, his father, Amaya, Zari 1.0, Ray. What's in store for Nate in season 6, and is there sort of any hope for him? I guess like on the horizon for him.
For everything that you just said, Chance. I mean, we're acknowledging that. You know, it's been a tough run for Nate, and you know, as someone who always tries to be like the cool guy who, like, you know, puts his like positive spin on things, like we're gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. You know, like it's getting harder and harder for him to do that.
Well, now it's time to move on to the true or false question / game. I'll read a statement, and you guys need to tell me if it's true or false. The first round is our Wave Rider round. First question: we have physically seen the character of Gideon 3 times over the course of the series. True or false?
It's once every season.
No.
Once
Falso.
over the season.
Dos
yes.
veces se la dio.
So it's false.
So,
Yeah.
Falso.
Amy, you'd know this one.
I was like, how many have I read? Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's actually 4 times. So next one, Gianna, who played Damien Dark, once disappeared from set to coach his kid's soccer game. True or false?
True.
True.
Totally true.
True.
That's cute. Say it's true.
Okay, this one.
What's the answer? Wait, what was
Oh,
the
true.
answer?
Oh, sorry, it's true. It's true. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's true.
It's true, yeah. DC's Legends of Tomorrow was originally planned to be an anthology series. True or false?
False.
True.
True.
Phil?
What's an anthology series?
Yeah, false.
True.
True.
Yeah, Katie and Cheyenne were right.
Iba a ser una serie de antología.
That is true. And finally, for this round, Mr. Parker was just a random name that sounded nice. True or false?
True.
True. It sounds like a true thing.
False, actually. Mr. Parker is named after Phil's assistant, Ian Parker.
Mirá, cosa que ni ellos mismos sabían sobre su propia
Say
serie.
how much we all love the guy who played Mr. Parker. He's just like the most.
Brilliant!
It's just like
He's so great.
For season 1, the only British legend that wears a trench coat is John Constantine. True or false?
False.
False it is, yes, because there's also Rip, R.I.P. 2, symptoms of time travel include all of the following: nausea, vomiting, vertigo, temporary blindness, flatulence, and rare instances bleeding from the eyeballs. True or
Verdad.
false?
True.
Verdad. Era el texto de Rick Hunter.
That is true.
Actually, it's false. Flatulence is not a symptom of time travel.
Wouldn't the Legends know?
Really?
I mean, the Legends know best.
How do you know, Chancellor?
O sea, si todos dijeron verdadero, porque se vivían cagando en el set.
Ava can contest to that.
Okay, for season 2, George Lucas is responsible for the powers of 2 of the 8 legends in season 2. True or false?
Responsible?
Yeah.
False.
Good. False.
I'd say true.
I'm sticking with true. It's weird.
He's doing lots of.
It's
Yes.
true.
You became a historian because of Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but I became a superhero because of a.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have
You're
been
a
a
historian.
superhero unless you're a historian.
Little vague.
Again, I'm reading Willow's
La verdad,
Gibbon.
sí, pero Indiana Jones.
Whole episode about it. When he decided not to finish film school, suddenly you became a yoga instructor, and what did Ray become?
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys both lost your powers.
That was fun.
Okay, round 3, and I think this is going to be an easy one. The team uses the totems to join their powers to become Elmo and defeat Malice in an epic lawless showdown.
Vivo.
Smallest. No, it is not. False.
Well, it's not Elmo.
Fue
No,
vivo.
Elmo.
Fue vivo. Claro.
Vivo. When Ava recruits Constantine
Final de la
to
tercera
Sarah's
temporada,
possession,
épico.
she finds him chasing a pig around the room. True or false?
True.
Verdadero.
No, it was a chicken. It was a rooster.
Jess is right. Yeah. For season 4, so in a truly meta episode, the team is split into multiple timelines, very similar to TV shows, like Custodians of the Chronology, Sirens of Space-Time, The Fellowship of Tomorrow, Kittens of Meow Meow, and Puppets of Tomorrow. True or false?
Verdadero.
There was no Kittens of
Legends of
Meow Meow, and the one before that as well, Legends of Meow Meow or something.
False. False.
Ese fue el título del episodio, de hecho. Fue
That's
Legends
right,
of Meow Meow.
Fellowship of Tomorrow and Kittens
Claro.
of Meow Meow were not real thing. Finally, for season 5,
No, pero fue el título del capítulo, sí.
Ava Sharp's podcast on serial killers is called Slay Anything. True or false?
True, isn't it?
I don't think so, but that's a good name.
Is that the episode name?
That's the episode name.
It's false. And it's called Stabcast.
Dabcast.
Cisco brought his own dragon microphone when he performed in the season 5 finale. True or
True.
false?
True.
We have some fan questions that we've received from around the
Ahora
world.
viene cerca del
apparently.
chat terminando, ¿no?
So from the first
La
one,
pregunta de
comes
fans sí
from
son
the
del final.
Philippines. Legends has a lot of musical moments. Is a full-blown musical episode in the cards?
Si va a haber pronto un
why not?
número
Anything
musical.
Yeah.
¿Por qué no? Dice. Chico, buena idea, van a decir ahora.
Yeah.
Gracias al filipino vamos a tener un número musical de
Name
Legends.
our
It's
show that.
amazing. Like if we don't
Yeah,
have
you
to,
still have to write
just a bunch
stuff. You
of
have to write little
songs.
interstitial. No, you
Oh.
gotta have some interstitial things that then turn into songs. Remember?
that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, like recitative, like speak
Yeah.
singing.
Next question comes from Argentina for the cast, and I guess for the writers as well. How has DC's Legends of Tomorrow changed your lives?
I was an overnight success. I went from a nobody to a somebody. I flew first class for the first time. I got to meet all these incredible people. I got to meet Brandon. I told him the first day I worked with him, I was 12 years old when I saw Superman Returns, and now I'm here with you doing to see it. It's crazy.
For me, it's like this is what's kept me playing Constantine and being able to explore that character in ways that I never thought I would ever.
Being together and doing these insane things allows me appreciation for the opportunity that I know is on the clock, like everything is on TV.
Ivana, estos son
And
los
I
más
just
importantes de todo. Es por lo que me
I've never
bloquearon
been
el
in a
directo anterior, no
position
quería que
where
los
I've been
muestre.
aware
Pues son los más
of how
grosos.
special it is in real time.
This time, this strange time that we're all going through, like, not to speak for you guys, but I think I love our show, but I miss our show so intensely right now. And I really hope I never take it for granted, but like this time has really made me appreciate it and really made me miss what we've built, really, because it doesn't happen. It takes time, I think, and it takes the right group of people, which like miraculously are assembled, season after season.
It makes you so grateful that we have professionals that like care so much about this show that they're willing to push themselves every episode, as if it's the last. It really is precious.
And final question for the writers: what ideas have you had that have been abandoned for one reason or another in terms of like storylines for the show?
We always wanted to get Katie to breakdance like in the 80s.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We've never done that.
We're always
so
just
many.
trying to crack each other up, and sometimes we get a little too outlandish. So sometimes we have to be range back.
I think that's all the time we have. Thank you all for joining us for this. It's been really fun. For everyone watching, please remember that DC's Legends of Tomorrow, the complete 6th season, is available now on digital and drops on DVD and Blu-ray on September 22nd. And Legends of Tomorrow will be back for season 6 in mid-season 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Bien ahí. Bueno. Terminó. Y ya con esto estamos, gente. O sea, literalmente, el directo anterior me lo cortaron a las 9 horas y 20 segundos más o menos. Y vamos 30 minutos, o sea, 9 horas y media. Ivana, porque vos no entendés lo que es la grosedad de verdad. Pero bueno, ¿qué va a hacer? Pasa que no sabes apreciar las cosas buenas. En fin. Gente, gracias por acompañarme en este viaje. Vamos a ir terminando. Me voy a ir a comer algo ahora. O sea, saben que en todo el día literalmente tomé 2 termos de mate. Se lavó un poquito después de 2 termos, pero durante todo el día. Un poquito lavado. ¿Sí? Y 3 porciones de pizza. Todo lo que hice en estas 9 horas y media. ¿Sí? Así que muchas gracias por mirar. Después voy a tratar de hacer que se desbloquee. De hecho, no está bloqueado el video. Se está procesando. Yo calculo que se va a bloquear cuando se termine de procesar el video de 9 horas. Y yo lo que voy a hacer es, me voy a meter en el video, lo voy a ir pasando y voy a ir arreglando para que queden los nombres de los capítulos. ¿Sí? Cuando ustedes pongan el video, si lo quieren ver de vuelta, van a poder ir pasando capítulo por capítulo, o en la descripción van a tener una guía con los puntos en los cuales está lo que quieran ver, ¿sí? Así que, gente, muchas gracias por acompañarme. Este fue el directo literalmente, o sea, este sería el final, ¿no? Pero el anterior fue el más largo que hice en el canal, literalmente 9 horas. Muchas gracias por acompañarme y mañana nos vemos. Si mañana tenemos la Cueva retro en Twitch, vamos a empezar un poquito más temprano. Vamos a ver el primer episodio de Supernatural porque se cumplen 15 años de su primera emisión. Y después seguimos con el programa habitual, ¿sí? Así que, y a la noche vamos a ver qué hacemos. A la noche seguro que hacemos algo acá en YouTube. Gente, muchísimas gracias por mirar. Y bueno, a aquellas personas que quieran ser parte del canal pueden unirse. Acá está la lista de los grandes miembros del canal, los miembros y miembras del canal. Si quieren formar parte pueden unirse con el botón de unirse. Gente, muchísimas gracias por mirar y nos estamos viendo en el próximo directo. Muchas gracias nuevamente y hasta la próxima. Adiós.